Penske teammates Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski wreck while leading in turn 3 on the final lap. Spot on, spot off. TJ.
Hang on, I got something for you here, TJ.
What is it? Am I going to want to see it?
No, it's audio.
We have not caused a wreck that's taken ourselves out in the 500.
That was last week.
Well, there we go.
I still don't know if, it doesn't matter what cars are in this wreck. You're coming to turn 3 of the Daytona 500. There's very little chance that if you're the second place guy, you're going to make the move. You almost have to. If you're the leader, you're not wanting to be passed. It's the Daytona 500. If by chance you can keep that guy behind you, you've got a really good chance at winning the Daytona 500. I mean, this is probably the biggest race in America. I mean, you're leading it going into turn 3. You're not going to wave a guy by to do it. And these guys are all out there because they want to win. And I don't blame, no matter who it is, I don't blame Brad. Brad's just racing. Brad's trying to win the 500. He's gotten so close many times. Joey's won the 500, but he wants another one, and no matter who it is, they're both going to do whatever they can do to try to, prevent the other guy from passing him, or whatever they can do to pass the guy. Brad kept backing up to try to get a run. We kept backing up with him to prevent it. No matter who that is, teammates don't really, to me, doesn't really matter. I mean, you're racing for the win at this point. Yeah, it'd be great. Oh, you got a teammate behind you. Is he supposed to push you around to the start-finish line? I mean, I don't know. I don't think so, in my opinion. I mean, they're racers. They're there to win. So it doesn't really matter what the cars are. The guy in second wants to win. The guy in first wants to win. So just makes for an exciting race. I mean, I'm sure down the backstretch off it too, everyone was watching the runs and getting ready. I mean, that's why everyone watches, because it's exciting and something's going to happen. And it'd be pretty boring if everybody just stayed in line and, these three are all working together. We're just going to finish like this. It just doesn't work like that. These guys all want to win. I want to win. Freddie wants to win. If you're spotting Bubba and he's in second, Bubba's going to do what it takes to get there. If Bubba's leading the race.
Yeah, if he's doing his job.
If Bubba's leading the race, he's going to do whatever he can to maintain that lead. I mean, it's the last lap of the Daytona 500.
Have there been any conversations between the team, after the fact now?
I don't know. I think everybody knows it's the end of the 500 and everybody's going for it, and it doesn't matter. It could have been this car and that car racing. Their guy's going to go for the win. So, and if you don't, then I'm not sure why you should be out there. I
don't know. You're not going to call it a bad block because it's the Daytona 500, like you said.
That's why
you're gonna you're gonna do whatever it takes to win the race, obviously.
Yeah.
But obviously, you see, looking back, I went back and looked at the data. Believe it or not.
Data?
Freddie finally has access to stuff, so he can make valid arguments.
So the two.
But wait, I want to know data or data, because a few people have tweeted asking what you would.
Data.
Whatever.
Oh boy.
I'll go with the guy in the Goonies, whatever you want to call it. Whatever he says.
So the two cars running 4 mile an hour faster. The 34 is running a little bit faster, obviously pushing him. I think Joey didn't put himself, but he was in a no-win situation where at that point I don't think he's winning the race. He's going to go all out to try to win the race. But even if Brad hits him square, he's probably going to wreck Joey. And then but obviously Brad's not going to hit him square because he's going to get offset, try to get around him somehow. So now Joey has kind of made a decision to, this is it. This is all for go for broke right here into turn 3. Where
if you stay in front of him and you actually make it through, you're going to win.
Yeah, and I think maybe going back to last year, I think the better play might have been what Denny did, where obviously everything Denny does is amazing, but. Who was it? 6 and 12 got hooked up and were tandem by him, and instead of trying to throw the block, he lets him go, but then side drafts the second car to split him up to kind of try to generate a run down the front. Obviously, this is going, but you could go back and debate this after the fact 100 times, but you're leading the race, and that's not the way, the first immediate thought. But, it is what it is, and at that point, I feel like Joey decided that this is it. I'm throwing all my cards on the table, and I'm probably, you can say what you want. You cost Penske a win and almost cost Ford a win. luckily the 34 escaped through there before the Chevys got around him. But I just think it was obviously you're going to say it was Daytona 500. You're going to do all you can. I just think there was a smarter play there to not wreck everybody. But it is
But
it
if
is
you
what
say
it
it
is.
cost Penske the win, do you know how Ryan Newman won his 500?
No.
Because his teammate pushed him from turn 3 on.
Okay.
I'm just saying
But
that's not saying.
Let me ask you this: what are the chances of you not getting wrecked there? Knowing the
honestly,
run that was
we
coming.
kept backing up with Brad. I don't feel like I knew Brad had a little bit of a run, but it wasn't like a.
I mean, it wasn't as big of a run as last
no,
year. But
it wasn't. And I thought Brad knew that I thought Brad was going to actually aim for something off of 4 because he didn't have a huge run right there. I thought because the 34 said he was staying with the 2. So I thought Brad was going to make his move off of 4. That was what I thought. But
I just, I don't
I
know.
think Brad was getting when we started changing lanes and Brad started changing lanes. I think Brad was getting swiped at that time already by the 34, and that's like you can't move.
Yeah.
You can't change lanes when you're tandem.
I mean, it's just everybody is wide open at that point. There's no more cutting
there's
anybody
not
a
lifting.
break. There's
Nah.
34 is going to be shoving Brad as hard as he can till the start finish line. Joey's
Yeah,
going
I
to do
don't-
everything he can to block, and it just, I don't
it
know.
doesn't matter who it is. I still think.
I just felt like there was a
So
different
would
play there.
you guys have done the same thing if you were in Brad's position? For the 500?
It just depends. I mean, you got to go
Yes,
for the
they
win.
would. Yes,
You absolutely
they
got to go for the win. But looking back at it, if you knew the guy was going to stay with you, do you make your move a little bit later and try to preserve at least a 1-2 coming across the line? If you know that guy is going to be behind you, do you do that? There's just so many moving pieces at one time. You can't blame one guy or the other for going for it. Joey felt like his best play was to stay in front of Brad at that point. Brad felt like his best play was to make a pass at that point. So
It's one of them deals where Brad, he might have had one plan, but then the stars start to align, and he's got a bigger run than he expected right there, 3/4 way down the backstretch, which you talked about earlier. That's where the runs about 3/4 of the way down that backstretch are massive.
I don't
And-
think Brad had as big of a run as he planned on having.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Because
saying.
he kept
Like-
backing up in the middle 1-2, and I told Joey he was going to do that, and we kept backing up with him.
Yeah, and then
So-
it is what it is. Like,
But
you
the
said,
34, the guy in third, honestly, the guy in third is almost in the catbird seat at that point.
Oh yeah, because you could just drive the front two through each
you
other.
could drive the front tooth, you can drive them. You can basically wreck them both and go on. And everybody's driving so hard at that point, and you're coming to the checkered flag in the Daytona 500. So it's so hard to make yourself lift then, because if you crack a little bit and the guy behind you just even sniffs your quarter panel, you're going backwards.
Yeah.
So
I mean, in my opinion, the end of the day, if you're the kind of person that has to place blame on that accident, it's probably going on Joey, just for the fact that he's trying to block a big run. But you're talking about the Daytona 500 and a guy that's never has Joey won the 500?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so he's trying to get another one. But
It wouldn't matter if they had
it
6.
wouldn't
They're all
matter. Yeah,
gonna
10.
win.
They're all just it's the Daytona 500. It doesn't matter. So if you want to blame somebody, I think that's the cause of it. But it's still the Daytona 500, and you're going for broke right there. I mean, you think that's your only shot right there is to keep that guy behind you. That's what you're gonna do.
I gotta know, has Joey said anything to you? Like, what was his reaction on the radio when all that
He's
happened?
upset. Obviously, right when he got done, he was upset. But that's heat of the battle stuff, But I think Joey will look back at it, and I don't know if he'll do anything different next time. I think maybe he still thinks he needs to be leading. I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to make yourself let a guy go because you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. If that guy, you just don't know who's going to push who's going to get runs where. So much stuff can change from the entry to 3 to the start finish line now with this package. Like, so much stuff can change that quick. And
That was kind of what I was getting at about, letting them go, is because you could still, pull the 34 off the 2, and now the 2 is going to be way out and a sitting duck, kind of like last year with Newman.
yeah, but the 34 had quite a bit of single car help behind him though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But if you could,
No, I see what you're
all
saying.
you can do is stall the, all you need to do is get the 2 to be way out front, and then everything changes off of 4 again. But it's.
I still think if
the
we
risk versus reward deal.
I think if we can keep Brad behind us into 3, I think we have a really good shot at winning the race.
Oh, I 100% agree with that. I just don't think there was any way you could have kept him behind you. I think that no matter what, even if he hit you
that's
square,
what we were
he was
trying
gonna
to.
turn
That's
you.
what we were trying to prevent. That's why we kept. And we never really got really far out on him. We got a car length and a half maybe, and he kept backing up. And I saw it coming. He started backing up in the middle of 1 and 2, and I kept backing Joey up, and then Brad would back up some more. And I was really surprised that's when the 3 took his run, because he saw everybody backing up, and he's like, "Oh, this is my chance." But the problem is with this package, as soon as they hammer back down, they take off quick. Yeah. Like it was tough to make. And honestly, I was really surprised at the lack of the bottom at some points in the race.
Hey, what's up, guys? Now that I'm rolling with Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan, I'm going to need a bigger house. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to OfferPad.com and sell my house and get a new one. You need to do the same immediately. OfferPad. Move freely.